guys check out his albums on Spotify. He's hilarious. Make some noise for him, guys. Are you guys ready for your headliner? That's not enough. Are you guys ready for your headliner? Keep it going for Ryan McComb, everybody!
What's up, nerds? Hope you're having a great night. Harry Riley, Rob Wentz, Jay Barter, clap it up. All right, that's good. That was nice. That was good. I like Rob as a host because he goes 0 to 100 real quick. Real quick. It's like those videos you see of the roller coasters. You boom, and the guys get neck damage. That's Rob as a host. So that's good. Harry's like one of my favorite people on the whole planet. I was like, you know what, I'll have Harry feature, make a great show for everybody. What a mistake that was, man. I could have had Jay feature, man. This is bullshit, dude. Harry did way too good. Big issue. We're here, we're doing it. We're doing it, we're here. Hey man, how good does it feel to be uncomfortably close to people? That looks awful out there. That looks terrible, man. It's cold in here though, that's good. It's hot outside. I moved into a new place and it turns out my air conditioner does not work very good at all. Did not know that. Now it's just like, basically my air conditioner is basically like, I could hire a dude to just sit there in the corner and just go. Basically what's going on in my apartment. I left the house. At 6. 101 degrees outside. I opened a window to make it cooler inside. I'm like, yeah, we'll get some breeze going through. My dog doesn't know what the fuck's going on. She doesn't have an Instagram account, so she hasn't seen screenshots of the weather report. She's like, I don't know. Don't know what the hell's going on. She's like, yeah, there's ice cubes in my drink. Must be a special occasion. We're getting fancy here, man. She's very confused, but we're here. We're doing it. We're doing it. 2020 was wild, man. I'm so glad we're all here. 2020 was crazy. A lot of crazy stuff happened. Taylor Swift released Folklore and Evermore. Any other fans in the house? A bunch of women and me. That's cool. That's fun. That's good. We're both great. That's good, man. I don't have kids now. But when I have kids in the future and they have to interview me about 2020 for a school project, that's what I'm going to focus on. When I get your mom put out 2 albums that year. That's that whole joke. That's it. That's that whole joke. It's me hooking up with Taylor Swift twice. Trying to manifest it in reality. Going pretty good. So, it's good, man. Big year, dude. Big year. Started seeing a therapist. That was fun. We got into all sorts of stuff. Yeah, that's someone who thinks I need therapy over there. That's good. It's good, man. We're getting all sorts of stuff. Like she told me, she goes, I think you might be non-confrontational. I didn't agree with her, but I want to bring it up. Ruffling feathers. So. We started getting the Enneagrams. You guys know the Enneagrams? Again, a bunch of women and me. That's cool. That's fun. It's a numbered list of personality types, right? 1 to 9, I think. I thought I was a 9. She thought I was a 6. Not the first time in my life I've had that argument with a woman. I'm a 9. She's like, you're a 6. Definitely a 6. Maybe a 7 if I've been drinking, but other than that, no. Can't afford a therapist anymore. So what I've started doing, since I can't afford a therapist, you guys can do this too. What I've started doing is I just park really far away when I go to the grocery store. Then I make them help me out with my bags. I just dump all my problems on the back way. It works, you guys. You can do it. They have to listen. They can't plug their ears. Their hands are full of groceries. They have to listen. A lot of people in grocery stores know a lot about my life, so that's going good, man. I had to stop seeing her. I got laid off, lost my health insurance. I'm like, oh, this would be a good time to have that resource, but I got laid off. It's cool. Everything's going fine. Buy some merch later. Good, man. Yeah, last year I got Suppose I got laid off from my day job and I got laid off from comedy, which is my hobby. You ever get laid off from a hobby before? Like, I don't know, man. There's just no more crossword puzzles to do. I don't know what to say. Phase 3. We'll look at bringing those back. I don't know what to do. It's good. It's good to be back. Yeah, man. We're doing comedy in a real place, man. For a while there, I didn't do comedy in Montana, which is the only thing worse than not doing comedy at all. It's terrible, man. Terrible place, terrible people. Like, that's kind of part of the country where like they don't separate their trash from their recycling because that would just give them 2 piles of shit to burn in their yard. Like we gotta burn a trash pile and a recycle pile. This is too difficult. Doing a show up there in Scobie, Montana. Pretty awesome place. It's terrible. It's the worst. Like I went to a bar while I was up there to try and just hang out. At the bar, to distinguish between the bathrooms, on one bathroom door they had a picture of a male deer. On the other bathroom door they had a picture of a female deer. I'm like, this does not help me at all. I was hoping you had a human restroom in here that I could use. You stood outside here? Okay, yeah. I got pulled over. It was a 15-hour drive to this show. I got pulled over like 90% of the way through it. I didn't know why I was getting pulled over. I thought the cops saw my Washington license plates and just stopped me to say thank you for visiting. I was getting a handshake and a jar of Huckleberry Jam and getting sent on my way. It's pretty mad though, because hey man, I got you going 12 over, why are you going so fast out here? So I got to show up in Scobie, so I was trying to kill myself and make it look like an accident. Before you're so rudely interrupted. The cop was nice though, man. The cop was nice. He was like, hey man, I got to go 12 over, but you don't have any previous tickets. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to bump your speeding ticket down to 10 over. Your ticket is $20. And if you have cash, you just pay me right now. I was like, this feels like a way bigger crime than the first one I committed. He took my money and left, so I don't know. I don't know what to tell you, man. That was the best part of that trip to Montana, was doing a bribery. That was the best part of that. That was the best part of that. I don't like those long drives for comedy, man. I'm terrified of dying in a car crash, man. Some of the statistics on car crash are crazy. Like, did you know you're much more likely to survive a serious car accident if you're drunk or asleep when it happens? Because your body's limp, it absorbs the impact better. That's true. Scary stuff. Read that, changed my life. Now, before I drive anywhere, I take 5 shots and 2 Ambients just to be safe. The people at the table next to you clap during that joke. Maybe wait for them to leave tonight. I'm not sure if they realize that was just a joke. I'm just kidding around. It's a joke. I don't drink and drive, man. Here in Washington State, we have those signs up all over the place, like, please don't drink and drive in memory of so-and-so. They bum me out, but they also get me thinking, no matter how I die, I want my loved ones to put up a sign for me. No matter how I go. You guys are going to drive past a sign one day and you're like, man, I didn't know you could die just from eating 2 Taco Bell $5 box in one sitting. What a tragedy. Rest in peace, Ryan. I guess he didn't live Moss after all. No, I know how I'm going to die. I know how I'm going to die. You guys are going to drive past a sign one day. It's going to say, please don't take off your sweatshirt and drive and run around the car. That's how I'm going. I'm going out 3 degrees too warm with my sweatshirt half off my dumb, pale body. You ever do you get your sweatshirt halfway off and get stuck? And you're like, thank God I can afford the thin sweatshirts that I can kind of see through. 5% visibility is keeping me on the road right now. I'm not a mechanic, but I know taking your sweatshirt off while you're driving is the best way to test the alignment of your car. I know that much. Like, I'm on the opposite rumble strip. You're like, all right, I should get this in. Baby, we should take that. I'm a good safe driver, man. I do it safe driving for all the speed. I always slow down for school zones, as annoying as that is. You know, I bet the only people who like reduced speed school zones are child abductors. That's what I bet. It's like window shop in peace, you know? Think about it, the speed limit's 35, you cruise through at 15 miles an hour, you're sticking out like a sore thumb. Speed limit's 20, you cruise by at 15, it just looks like you're being extra safe. Some of those school zones have lights that flash when kids are present. I bet child abductors look at those lights like I look at the hot donut lights at Krispy Kreme. Hot and fresh, goddamn. I'm gonna have to swing through and grab me a dozen of those sweet little things. That's just something I thought about, sorry. Came through some construction, they were talking about traffic fines doubling work zones. That's dumb, man. All that means is that traffic fines in non-work zones are half off. Buy one, get one free. I'd be an idiot not to take advantage of these deals. Got time here pretty quick tonight. Came past a billboard for a casino. It said, come add an extra comma to your bank account. That's when I learned I'm not good enough for that casino. Because I assume I already have a comma in my bank account. So I don't have a comma in my bank account. I have a hyphen in my bank account. Right at the beginning of it. Sometimes some parentheses based on how they list overdraft accounts. That is a punctuation I have in my bank account. People still have their political signs up in their yard. With the "We Believe We Vote," you know, those stupid signs. I know it's like a Christian voting organization, but I think it's better if it's a group called like "We Believe We Vote." I don't know. I'm not really sure. I don't really do that. Come with 2 envelopes. I sent it back. Pretty sure I voted. I don't know. This is a part of the show where I just tell you about all the signs I've ridden by recently. So, buckle up. The rest of my set. Would that be great? My closer. I did. I'll tell you about my favorite song. That's it. And then I'll get out. And then I'll stop talking about it because this part's just for me. Drive to Tri-Cities. You pass Connell, that prison there. You know, Coyote Ridge. You know it. You love it. There's a sign up outside Coyote Ridge. It says, please do not pick up hitchhikers. Who is that sign for? I'm pretty sure if you're dumb enough to pick up a hitchhiker outside of a prison, you cannot read. Speaking of which, my dad just got out of jail, so that's good. It was Facebook jail, but still pretty traumatizing. He's one of those guys that's just always getting banned from Facebook and never has any idea. He's like, I don't know what's going on, man. This stuff trying to hold me down. I talked to him once, he got banned from Facebook. I go, what'd you do, man? He was pretty upset. He goes, I don't know, man. I posted this GIF of this girl flashing. What do you think Facebook is for? It's going to get banned 100% of the time. What is going on? He goes, no, it's bullshit, dude. I got that gift from Facebook. Those are Zuckerberg's titties, man. You think he went to Facebook jail through entrapment or something? Like, what was I supposed to do? I saw it. I'll share it. He has a backup plan, though. My dad has a backup plan for when he gets banned from Facebook. He has Facebook accounts for his dogs. So you know he's been banned from Facebook when his dogs pop up on your timeline. What's going on, man? It is pretty sad. One of the dogs passed away since he made the Facebook account for it. So you just see this dead dog pop up and be like, dude, what are you doing, man? You got way more into politics since you died. What? This is no surprise you're a liberal after crossing over the Rainbow Bridge. So I had my dad's dog, Duke, for a day on Facebook. You might see some titties. It's a pretty good time. So it's good. I'm just glad he's out, man. Good to have my dad back. Lots of exciting stuff going on. My sister is getting proposed to soon. Very excited. It is. Bought the ring last week. Pretty nervous. We'll see how it goes. That's a joke. I'm not proposing to my sister. She's not my type at all. She's a redhead. Ooh, yeah, gross. Plus, I'm not a big fan of her dad. Other than that, really nice girl. Cool chick. Now she is. My sister got proposed to. She's engaged. Very excited. We're all very excited about it. My dad texted me to let me know what's going to happen. That's how my dad communicates. He just texts and just send it. You have relatives like that that just text. You're like, this is important. If you can call me. Your son. You never know my dad. You get my phone will go off. You get a notification. I think it's something fun. It's just a text letting me know someone I know died. I'm like, okay, this is not the way I want to spend my day. My dad got a DUI. He texted me that night to let me know. Midnight, I get a text from my dad that just says, I got a DIU. I was disappointed in the charge and the spelling. I'm like, yeah, you should have got it. I don't know what happened, but you earned this one, man. You earned this one. So, yeah, man, he just texted me all this stuff. My sister came married. I don't know, it's gonna be a while. I gotta find a date to the wedding now. That's my focus right now, finding a date to the wedding. I gotta get a job probably, but we'll get it figured out. I don't know. Get it figured out. I think I'm sweet, but I'm not romantic. I think that's my problem. I'm sweet, but I'm not romantic. Like, I'll go on the long walk on the beach with you, but it's not gonna be romantic. It's not. Unless you're very into guys that are pretty worried about riptides. I think that's a riptide. She's like, this is a lake. I don't think it was happening, man. The ocean's just crazy, man. I don't think we talk enough about how crazy waves are. I don't think we talk enough about how crazy. People are like, it's so beautiful. Like, all this water just going along, get some momentum, tips over. That's pretty crazy when you think about it. I don't know. The moon has something to do with it, I think. I don't know. You don't know either. They're pretty crazy. Anyway. I'm still a big believer in Poseidon. Like, that's how crazy the ocean is. Like the one dude is like, Poseidon? I think he's there. I was looking it up. Poseidon, did you know he's a Greek god in charge of the sea, storms, earthquakes, and horses? Did you know he's in charge of horses? I think they gave him horses because he was already in charge of seahorses. Like, I don't know, man. It's supposed to not be. So I got to thinking. I was like, well, then who's in charge of the animals that do like the land and the sea? Is that like a split custody situation? So I looked it up, like turtles, for example. They do both. I'm like, who's in charge of those? So I Googled it. I said, which Greek god is in charge of turtles? First link that came up, Indeed.com. Google's like, we gotta get you a job, man. This is getting out of control, man. Got way too much time here, man. I think about a lot. I like to think about because everyone was believing in Greek gods for a long time, and then it switched, and they started doing other stuff, right? I know it's not, but I like to think of it as a specific moment where everyone's like, hey, we're not doing Poseidon anymore. Like a fireman. What do you think the idea of a fireman started meaning a guy who puts out fires and stopped meaning like the one guy in the village who knew how to put out a fire? No? All right, whatever. It's cool. You guys should get laid off. You give you time to think about stuff like this. So. Good, man. I'm thinking about stuff like I've been doing nothing, man. I've been laid off for, 3.5, 4 months. The person who laid me off is in the front right now. What's it been? 3.5 months. I worked for her 2 jobs in a row, and she laid me off from both of them. She reached out to me about the second job, was like, hey, get hired here. I think there are layoffs coming. I'd love to do that again. That was a great time. Thanks for coming, Sarah. That means a lot. I'm doing nothing, man. There has never been a better time in the course of human history to be doing nothing than right now. It is the best. Think about it. Like, back in human history, if you didn't do your share, you died pretty quick, right? You didn't water your crops, whatever crops do, they die, and then you die, and that's it. You didn't do your share in the village, they threw you in the river, you had to hope you washed ashore to a friendlier tribe. Nowadays, you can start an OnlyFans, you can be a sugar baby. I don't know, that's what I've been doing. It's been going pretty good. Been here, man. Do nothing, man. Kids these days are watching YouTube videos. Like, it's so easy to get like a little dopamine hit these days. You know? Kids these days watching YouTube videos of other kids opening toys and they get this little dopamine hit. Like, this is great. Parents hate it. You guys have kids that are doing that, watching unboxing videos of toys? Some of you be mad about it? Probably. I don't think you can get mad about a kid watching a video of someone opening something that they can't play with if you have ever paid money to go to a strip club. That's it. It's a hypocrite. That's it. So easy these days. Get a little dopamine hit going. You know, you can just post something to social media. You feel like you did something that day. A bunch of people like it. You're like, all right, I did something. I contributed to society. You know, you don't have to make your own thing. You can just post something that someone else posted. A bunch of people like it. You're like, yeah, you're right. I am pretty good at thinking things are funny. You're damn right. Yeah. I know, man. I play video games. And there's no more useless, meaningless dopamine drip on the planet than video games. I play video games all day. Go to bed. I'm like, yeah, I'm a level 8 moron now. This is perfect. Numbers went up. I had a great day. This is it. Xbox and PlayStation, they have systems built in to like reward you for doing things. And on the PlayStation, it's trophies. And like, you get a little trophy. It is the most meaningless thing. I got a trophy, a fake trophy for being good at digital baseball. And just for 1 second in my mind, I'm like, yeah, fuck yeah, hell yeah. I should get an extra trophy. I did that with the Seattle Mariners. This is incredible. The Xbox has a similar system. They're called achievements. That's what they're called the Xbox, achievements. It's an insult to the definition of the word achievement. Disgusting. Sometimes they'll pop up and they'll have like a thing. They'll say like only 1.9% of gamers have unlocked this achievement. Try and make it sound like a compliment, but that is the saddest shit I have ever heard in my life. Video game players are nerds and losers. And out of all of them on the planet, I'm in the top 2%. Put 99 virgins and dorks in a room with me. Only one other person was sad enough to take the time to do what I just did. Here's 70 gamer score, you total moron. That's what I've been doing. That's not true. I haven't been doing nothing. Inslee's going to make me apply for jobs soon? Freaking jerk. What the hell's that about, man? Got to apply for 3 jobs? What the hell? I get why everyone hates me now. This is crazy, man. Bullshit, dude. I'm just like applying at NASA and stuff. Applying to NASA, I'm going to apply to be a doctor. I'm like, I did it. I tried it. Give it a shot. There's 1 of your 3, man. Take it or leave it. You'll be happy. All right, whatever. That's fair. I haven't been doing nothing. I'm going for a world record right now. Not currently. I'm going for world's longest fingernails. Got a ways to go, but I'm going to get there, man. I'm going to get there. Thank you for believing in me. You guys know the guy with the world record for the world's longest fingernails? You know that guy? Some of you? Oh, some of you guys are about to learn right now. Some of you guys look. I'm going to talk about it for just a little bit. If you're eating right now, maybe take a little break, is what I'd say. It's pretty gross. You've seen the pictures. You've seen the, Indian dude, like an 85-year-old Indian dude with the fingernails out on his left hand for like 60 years. Longest fingernails, 6.5 feet long. Combined length of all of his fingernails, 29 feet, 10.5 inches long. I know what everyone's thinking. They just go down to the full 30 feet. You freak. What are you doing, man? We're counting on it. He was in the news. He got his fingernails clipped off. He's moving on. At 85, he's like, this is pretty stupid, I think. This is I'm going to make the most out of these last 3 years on Earth, so... He was in an NPR article wrote about it. NPR article about it. Like, you know what? Despite the fingernails, he lived a relatively normal life. I'm like, bullshit, NPR. No, he did not. He's got 30 feet of fingernails. That is 10 years. There's a first down of fingernails on his hands. He's not living a normal. I get a big enough zit on my nose. People don't treat me the same. He's not living a normal life, so I went to the real source to get the information on what kind of life this guy was living. Wikipedia. That's where I went. I went to Wikipedia. Wikipedia told a very different story. Wikipedia says due to the size and weight of his fingernails, he had nerve damage in his left hand, obviously, but that nerve damage traveled up his arm and made him deaf in his left ear. That's not a normal life. Going deaf from fingernails is not normal. NPR. The NPR over there, like, I don't know, man, he's a dad, a photographer. I'm like, this guy got laid? What? It's the craziest thing I've ever heard in my life. He's a normal life. He's a dad, a photographer. I just think, like, what is he taking pictures of? I bet it's pictures of buildings or trees or other shit that does not have eyes. I bet that. This guy's not in charge of school picture day. I know that much. I think he should have gone to the NBA. That's what I think he should have done. Because right now the big thing in the NBA is wingspan, you know? Got a 6'8" dude with a 7'2" wingspan, that's a pretty good prospect, yeah? I'd love to be that NBA scout. It's like, hey, I got a maybe second-round draft pick, you know? 88-year-old Indian dude. Average size, 11-foot wingspan. He's incredible, man. I'd buy a jersey. I don't know, man. I'd buy a jersey. That's all I'm saying. All right, I'll stop talking about that guy. You guys are getting pretty grossed out right now, so move on with my life. My car got broken into. That happened. That was fun. It was a good time. It was I left the car door unlocked and the guy got in. But if you think that's my fault, that's called victim blaming, and it's not okay. It's 2021. Get your shit together, everyone. Stop victim blaming. So I wrote a letter to the guy who broke into my car. I would like to present that letter for you guys today. Dear bitch, it's me, the owner of the Jeep you rifled through. I bet you peeked into my window and thought, man, there's a lot of shit in there. It must be something worth my time. Wrong, gutterball. I bet you knew it the moment you opened the door and got hit in the groin with an avalanche of fast food receipts and mail I'm too scared to open. Yeah, it's a lot of Taco Bell receipts, it is, but each and every one of them represents a chance to win $500 by filling out a real survey. It's called an investment opportunity. So what'd you get out of the whole thing? I'm like, loose change and a scratch ticket I won $20 on, fine, it's okay. I hope you bought food with that money. And I hope when you were eating that food, you bit your lip really, really hard. And I hope right as that bite was about to heal, you bit it in the same exact spot. I hope that food gave you diarrhea. About 3 minutes after you got into your next shower. Hope you got in, got all sunsed up, thought, oh no, I gotta take a shit. Do I get in, dry off, take a shit, or just sit straight down the toilet seat, get my toilet seat all wet? I don't know. Because I shouldn't have broken into that car. And I hope when you cashed in that scratch ticket, you felt like a winner for once in your life. Chili cheese dick. Sincerely, Ryan McCombs. That's the letter I wrote to the guy who broke into my car. Can I get another beer, please, Rob? It's a White Claw. All right, he corrected me from the side. It's not a beer, is what he said. We got lemon. We're rocking the lemon. Great question. Let's see what Rob brings. What do you got? Mango? Take a bite. No, get out. You're fine. Rob Wentz, everybody. Do it. There's the little things that make you a great host. Bring up a beer pretty quick. Well, I might call it starting. Yeah, man, guy broke in my car. That was crazy. And then I'm going to tell you guys a story. It's a great story. It's a good story. But I need you to know before I tell you guys this story is that A, everything turned out pretty okay. All things considered. Pretty okay. Everyone's alive. Things are fine-ish. Second part of the story is my mom gave me explicit permission to tell this story. So those are the two important things you need to know. But crazy thing happened to me last year. My mom's house got burglarized. Has that ever happened to you guys? Hopefully not. Make some noise if your house ever got. I'm gonna have people like, hey, that's crazy, man. It's crazy, man. It was a Friday night. My mom called me. She's like, hey, man. Or she didn't call me man. She said, hey, Ryan. Let me thank my mom. I was like, some dog, what you up to, man? She goes, hello, Ryan. Is probably how she called. Moral of the thing, though, she goes, hey, I got locked. I just got home from work. I'm locked out of my house. I don't know what's going on. In the detached garage, things are all like ruffled up in the garage. I don't know what's going on. Can you come over and help? I'm like, hell, are you kidding me right now? Absolutely. I love you, the most important person on the planet. I'll come help. Also, gives me a chance to cement myself as your favorite child forever. Yeah, I'll be right home. Yeah. No doubt about it. I am on my way. I'm going to speed. I'm going to do it. I'm going to speed through school zones. I don't give a shit. Get over, I have to help her like break into her house, you know. And like, you know when people talk about like adrenaline and like moms like lifting school buses off of kids and people like running through fires to save people. I get it now, because I had a bunch of adrenaline going and I had to go in this like side window that was up. I climbed up this ladder. I'm not good with heights, but I climbed all the way up. I started in that top part where they tell you not to stand, like I was. Adrenaline was going, man. I was all over it. Got in the house, everything is everywhere. Like, I don't know if you know this about home burglars, but they aren't good about putting things back where they got them. Kind of a mess, pretty rude guys. I have to generalize with them, but so I let my mom in the house. I called the cops. It's a Friday night. The cops like, I don't know. We'll get there when we can. I guess I don't know. We're sitting outside Baracho, seeing everything that's going on. That's kind of what we're doing right now. So we're doing that thing with our cars where we park them side to side but facing each other so we can talk to each other. It's like, we got most of our police force dedicated to doing that right now, so we'll get there when we can. It's not what she said, but she's like, it's gonna be a little bit. I said, all right, well, we'll figure it out. And like, I don't know, man, like when it's a crime scene, right? You're supposed to touch anything, so my mom and her are just like looking around, thing with her hands, like, it's like the world's worst museum. You're like, oh, wow, that's, got right in there, didn't you? Oh, wow. And like, you can't absorb everything at once. There's too much going on. So things like slowly notice things, right? Like the robber, the guy that burgled my mom's house, left chips and hummus out, my mom's chips. He had a snack. They left it out. My mom, she's so sweet. She goes, well, the good news is that there were 2 things of hummus in the fridge. And that's the one that I like less, so that's good. If it was roasted garlic, we'd have a real problem on our hands. What are you talking about right now? There's like this 35mm camera left out in the kitchen. I like to imagine the robber about to steal it, and he's like, where do you even develop this stuff anymore? I don't know. Is Costco still doing this? I don't know what's in there. Costco membership's expired right now, so we set that down, went back. It's not his business. He sold a bunch of my mom's dimes. She collects dimes, like not fancy ones, just regular 10-cent ones. She collects them. So he stole those. I'm like, that's got to be the biggest pain in the ass burglar of all time. Like, dimes, lady? What are you talking about? Gotta go to Coinstar. Terrible news. So we kind of started looking around at stuff. And she has this desktop computer. I accidentally bumped the desktop computer. It wakes up. It's on the Facebook login screen. My mom makes a great observation. She goes, that's usually not there. All right, I'll look at this for you, Mom. You bet. Go to the history on the computer. Based on the history on the computer, this guy had been in my mom's house for 5 hours. Very concerning. Also explains the chips and hummus. Even burglars need snack time. It's important. Burglar pretty good. There's no, like in the history, you can see that you made Facebook calls. I like to imagine, like, do you want to buy like an old camera, any chance? No identifying information. It's the one time Facebook has ever kept privacy safe online. It's this time, so I'm like, all right, I'll tell the cops about that if they ever show up. I'll do that. I did that. We're there for a long time. So finally, I called my friend who lives by my mom's house. I'm like, I need a drink, so I call her. I'm like, hey, can you give me booze? She's like, yeah, I got you. So I go, get some booze from her, talk to her for a little bit, come back. So the cops finally show up, and I'm so excited to tell him about what's going on with the computer. I'm thinking like I'll get like one of those sheriff badge stickers from the Sasha could help her. I'm like, Mom was the one that found this. Maybe you can get her a sticker too? Maybe? I don't know. She had a long night, so the cop, one of the first questions he asked, he's like, are there any like cameras around that I could take a look at? You know, maybe see what's going on. My mom goes, yeah, there's one in the kitchen. She's talking about the 35mm camera in the kitchen. Like, I don't think. He's talking about security cameras or something like that. Mom, I don't know. That camera's gonna help us. The cop, he goes, you checked everywhere, right? The burglar's not here anymore. Right? I'm like, oh shit. Nope. Whoops. Totally forgot. I was so excited about the ladder leap into the house, stuck on landing, whatever. I didn't hear anyone. I kind of checked the basement book to see if things were rustled up, but I didn't check for like live human beings. So I'm like, all right, computer stuff can wait, I guess. I don't know. We can do that. Quick scan if you need. Just the cop draws his gun. Starts walking towards the basement. Now remember, my mom and I have been in this house for hours. I abandoned my mom there to go get White Claws from my friends. The cop's walking down the stairs. He goes, gets to the bottom. He goes, hey, if you're down here, come out with your hands up. The burglar didn't end up being down there, but that'd have been pretty crazy, right? I mean, it's wild. I've had nightmares about that exact same thing happening. So finally, the cop does all his dumb stuff, searching stuff, whatever. I don't know. Finally, I get to tell him about the computer. I'm like, there's a history. He was here for 5 hours. Isn't that crazy? The cop's like, oh, whatever, man. I gotta get back to garage and see what's going on. Just chill out. I tell him about it. The cop's like, all right, I'll take a look. So the cop goes to the computer. It's on the history. He goes back once. Goes back to the Facebook login screen. The burglar's email address auto-fills on the Facebook login screen. Not only that, but the format of his email is first initial, last name @gmail.com. So the cop gets on his radio and goes, hey, dispatch, like, do we have an M Horrible in the system? So quick, the lady's like, yeah, we got a Matthew Horrible. I don't know. He's got like all sorts of home burglaries, domestic violence, strangulation, all that stuff. Like, good thing you check the basement, I think. I don't know. Seems like big trouble, is what I would say. So yeah, man. So that's the guy, Matthew Horrible. Ended up, the cop, gets all that done. He's collecting evidence, He's looking around and goes, man, this guy really made himself at home. He's even drinking some White Claws. I'm like, no, those are mine, officer. Sorry about that, dude. Chips and hummus are his. White Claws are mine. The cop literally said back to me, he goes, yeah, no laws while you're drinking claws. I don't think you can have a gun and say that. I don't know if that's... The guy Matthew Horrible wasn't drinking White Claws while I was doing this, or we would not have a case right now. We would be screwed. He stole a bunch of my mom's mail. She was very worried. Very worried. First things first, she's like, he stole my mail, how am I supposed to pay my bills now? What? She's like, send me the bills, I pay them, send the thing back, they're paid. You don't know about paying your bills online right now, Mom? Did you just get burgled in the 21st century? What is going on? You learned about paying your bills online? I got a new 10 minutes. This might be a pretty good night for us. She's pretty worried. She goes, they could have my social security number on it. I don't know. I don't know. I'm going to get my identity stolen. Like, this guy doesn't even know how incognito mode on the computer. I'm pretty sure I'm not doing cyber crimes. Everything ended up A-okay-ish. I don't know. What I want everyone to take away from this story, very important thing, is this guy's email address. Now, mhorrible@gmail.com is this guy's email address. I don't know if it's ever going to come up. in like a, I don't know, like a legal precedent situation. Like he's breaking into a lot of houses on Washington State's most wanted list. So I don't know. You, anyone you know, mhorrible@gmail.com. Do not even think about sending in photos of your genitalia. Don't even think about it. Don't think about sending photos of other people's genitalia or random diseased genitalia that you find online. Don't even think about it. Every time you go to a website, a little thing pops up that says, hey, do you want to sign up for our newsletter? Don't even think about putting in mhorrible@gmail.com. Don't go to the Scientology website to express interest. As Matthew Horrible, mhorrible@gmail.com. Don't even think. You know what? You guys are getting ideas. Let's do a pledge together. Everyone right hands in the air, please. Right hands in the air. Repeat after me. I solemnly swear. I will not cyberbully Matthew John Horrible via the email address mhorrible@gmail.com. M-H-O-R, P as in Paul, E-L, @gmail.com. I appreciate this back. Thank you so much for doing that. My white claw is pretty full. Sorry, I looked down. I know that was a pretty big thing there. Sorry, I was wearing a white claw. Sorry, I'm not done yet. You guys can do that again. I felt pretty good. It was like a thank you for mHorrible. Did I tell you guys about my Fitbit that I got? No, I didn't. I got a Fitbit. They're excited. Big year for me. Got a Fitbit. Very exciting for me. I felt like I had to because I got an air fryer. I'm like, I gotta balance this out somehow. I gotta do that. Eating mozzarella sticks for dinner 2 nights a week. And I've been keeping on all things. So it's going good, man. I've been doing it. Keeps track of my heart rate, which is fun. First time it ever went off about my heart rate. I was making a quesadilla at the time. My watch started going off like, keep it up, dude. You are crushing it. You are in the fat burn zone. I don't know what happened, man. Like, I think what happened looking back, I think, like, you know when you see a beautiful person you're very attracted to and your heart flutters, your heart rate elevates a little bit? I think that's what happened. I think I looked at this quesadilla and was like, oh shit. It's about to go down. That is the day I learned the Q in LGBTQ stands for quesadilla. I did not know that. No one's wished me a happy Pride Month. That's okay. People are still learning, figuring it out. That's okay. Next year, 2022. So that's good. I've been doing on the app. I'm all in on the thing. I've been doing the app, logging my stuff, doing my steps, getting badges for accomplishing things. I got a badge for losing 150 pounds. Very impressive. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. The key to getting that badge for me was accidentally logging my weight wrong one morning. I forgot a 0 and Fitbit lost its mind. You go, what, you weigh 17 pounds, dude? Congratulations. What? I went and corrected it, and Fitbit played it very cool. They're like, don't worry about it, man. We'll be all right. Gonna get back down to that 20-pound range before you know it. All right, dude. Things are going good, man. I'm doing comedy in real places. I've been doing comedy in like Seattle and Tacoma. I'm like trying to explain to them, because they've been locked down since before COVID even happened. They're like, 2019, like, I don't know, I feel something in the air. We're gonna get back inside and lock down. Doing comedy over there, trying to explain to them, like, being in Spokane, like, I can drive half an hour that way at any point in time, and it's like COVID was never even a thing again. You know, crossing the border is like walking through the wardrobe into Narnia. Mr. Tumnus is there for some reason. It's incredible, man. I'm spending some time up in like the Priest Lake, Priest River area. Some rich folks came down for the show. Appreciate it. Priest River is such a small town. True story. One building in town is half animal hospital, half thrift shop. Sounds a little weird, great place to pick up a cheap fur coat that's only been worn once. So. So yeah, I miss like real travel, international travel. I miss that. It's coming back soon. I miss it. Love it so much. Like before COVID, I was doing shows up in Vancouver, Canada, international sensation. Do some people say it? Really incredible. So stayed at a hostel while I was up there in Vancouver because I don't know, get that international travel experience. It was the cheapest place I could legally stay. So I was in this room, 3 beds. I was in the middle bed. German dude on the left, Japanese dude on the right. It's like, man, if our grandfathers could see us now, this is crazy, dude. This is crazy. If this would have happened back then, this things would be way different, dude. I would not have the middle bed, I'll tell you that much right now. I lay down on my bed, start getting comfortable. I see some note card, some business cards left on my nightstand. I go, hey, there are these you guys? They go, no, some smelly old Russian dude left those. All right, I'm gonna see what his business was up here in Vancouver. So pick them up. Best business cards I have ever seen in my life. On them, just 3 words printed. I eat ass. That's all I said. I immediately understood. You're supposed to just go up to a girl apart. Like, hey, can I give you a card? And then she looks at it and you just go, show the German dude Dominique, he thinks it's the funniest thing he's ever seen in his life. Show the Japanese dude Yuri, he has no idea what is going on. English is not his first language. He has no idea. Dominique are trying to explain to him what eating ass is. It's not going well. The Wi-Fi at the hostel is terrible, so we can't just bring up a video. It goes on for a long time. Finally, I'm like, all right, I cannot talk about this anymore. Yuri, Dominique, let's go. Let's hit the town. Let's go to train. Let's go downtown. Let's figure this out. Let's have a great day. I bring the business cards with me. I go, Yuri, I know you don't know what these mean, but you're going to be handing these to women. Find out what it means real quick. I'm pretty sure. On the train down, Dominique and I are still like fueling, trying to explain to him what eating ass. Remember Dominique has his feet up in the air and I'm pantomiming with the other half and everything. Finally get downtown, everyone else on the train was very excited to see that we had reached our destination. We put Yuri in charge. I go, hey buddy, you're in charge. What do you want to do, man? Name the bar. Let's go there. Let's do that. And in very broken English, Yuri said, I want to party and I want to eat ass. And this international travel is a point of that story. So if you're interested after the show, I do have business cards that just say I eat ass. They're in bundles because they're not going to work the first time. It's great for people, like if that's what you're into, you can have, or if everyone has a friend who's like, I'm single, I can't find anyone, I've tried everything. Like, well, give these a shot. You know? I don't know, worth a shot, I guess, I don't know. And I also have these shirts, you guys won't be able to see them, but they're based on that Priest River joke. They say Priest River, secondhand wares and animal cares is what those say on them, so get those. If you buy a shirt, you actually have a great opportunity to help that thrift shop animal hospital up in Priest River. If you buy a shirt and then go donate it to the thrift shop, they'll probably make some money. I don't know, whatever you do, those are $20, so those are there. An option. No pressure. Did just have to pay to fix my car, which is always fun. It's so frustrating, man. I paid $1,000 to get my 2003 Jeep Liberty back up to where it runs. That's it. You spend $1,000. Usually you're buying a new TV or flight somewhere. So you're elevating your life. I just spent $1,000 just to get my life back up to the shitty spot it was in before. I paid $1,000 just to get back up to cruising altitude. So frustrating, man. Like I have the bank account of a guy that should definitely try and fix his car himself with the mechanical knowledge of someone who definitely should not do that. Can we give a round of applause for some of the heroes on there? People that make YouTube videos on how to fix basic shit on cars. They were so nice and friendly. I didn't do a headlight replacement. I had to do that. That was very fun. I got the headlights swapped out. Thanks to the help of some old Tennessee guy. I don't know, man. But I got it swapped out, but then I couldn't get the fixture like locked back into place. fighting with it forever. Finally, I had a great idea. I'm like, you know what? I got another headlight. I'll undo that one so that I see how it goes back into place. I had 2 headlights I couldn't get back out of place. It was an embarrassing trip to O'Reilly's, I'll tell you that much right now. I had to wait till the next morning when the sun came up. I hate those places, man. O'Reilly's, Napa Auto Parts, AutoZone, worst places on earth, in my opinion. Every time I walk into one, I feel like a grandma walking into GameStop to buy her grandson a Christmas present. Gonna need some help. So we're going to Nintendo. Is that gonna be okay? Last time I was there, I was buying oil, and I walked past the windshield wipers. I was like, you know what? $20 for a pair of windshield wipers, that's a great deal. I'll do that. I'll mod the whip, you know? I'll do it. Get this thing going. So I got these windshield wipers, went to the counter, went home, changed my oil, and then I looked up a video on how to install the windshield wiper. Went, opened it up, turned out they sell windshield wipers in single blades. I did not know that. Like, I guess I'm getting a single windshield wiper, this will be okay. I only ever sit on the driver's side of my car, so this should be fine. Should be okay. Get it installed. It's the worst windshield wiper I have ever had in my life. It's leaving streaks everywhere. At one point, the blade starts falling off, and I have to push it back onto the windshield wiper. It was on for months. Finally, I'm driving my coworker to lunch one day. Tell him about it. He goes, hey, buddy, that blade that you push back on there? Yeah, that's a protective sleeve they put on it in the back of it. Did not cover that in the YouTube video. All right, that's my last joke. I'm actually done now. Thank you all for coming out.
Keep it rolling for